Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I have a pressed and placed unboxing to share with you. This is a new diamond painting company, and when they reached out and asked if they could send out a kit for me to check out, I took a look at their website, saw a whole lot that caught my eye, and looked like this company was doing some pretty cool stuff. So I said, yeah, that would be amazing. So I have a kit called Sakura Girl to share with you today, and we're just gonna take a look at this, get some first impressions together. While I would like to work on a kit from this company as soon as I can, so that I can give you a look at what it's like to work on one of these kits, how it looks with drills down. Today's video is just going to be my unboxing and first impressions, so be sure to subscribe if you would like to see further updates for when I do work on a pressed and placed kit and can, talk about that. But let's get into it. So it came in this box, which was inside a poly mailer, and you could see it's shrink wrapped as well. It says DIY diamond painting. What's inside? Canvas, tools, all that good stuff. The artwork is not actually this blurry. I assume it's just a low-res picture that was on the box. This is from where I just absolutely butchered trying to open this package. This was on me. This is not damage from them. 60 by 45 centimeters, square drills. So I went with something that wasn't going to be too huge to work on for my first kit. Here's how-tos for diamond painting, and if you are new to the craft and would like to see some demo videos, I'll have some linked below that'll get you started and hopefully make the craft feel a little bit more accessible and easy for you. Now, I do have a 15% off code from Pressed and Placed to share with my audience that you can use for 15% off your purchase. It is my name, Katie, K-A-T-I-E, and the number 15. Now, I may make a small commission if you choose to use that, but there are other sales, other affiliate codes out there. I would just say take advantage and use some kind of discount code. I really love when I can feel like I'm getting something on sale. And this company has been rolling out a lot of updates and changes based on customer feedback. So I have a feeling you'll probably see something that catches your eye. So, okay, let's go ahead and open this up and take a look. Oh my gosh, she's cute. That's super, super, super cute. Okay, so this is the canvas. Let's take a look at everything else that was included, and then I'll give you an up-close look at the kit. First things first, toolkit and what they include. I think that these are optional, actually. I think the toolkit is optional. I think you could check a box saying you don't need it. We've got a pen and squishy, along with some multi-placers. They actually give you a couple of different, they have like the skinny multi-placer and the slightly thicker multi-placer, so take your pick. Then we've got some wax, which is in a little caddy here. You want to make sure you peel back the plastic film before you try to load up your pen. That is pretty common with wax. We get a pair of tweezers. Let's see, we are, kind of stabby. Not too bad though. And then a basic white tray, which this is kind of your standard basic white tray. It'll do the trick. And then you do get a roll of washi tape, which if you're wondering, why would I need washi tape for diamond painting? I have a video that demos it, but basically you could use it to go around the border of the canvas, or rather around the border of the drill field, because sometimes there's a little bit of glue that goes past that. I also like to use washi tape to section off my canvases. So like I said, video linked below if you're curious. And then we have this is a cover minder. It looks like a little, like one of those inflatable like chairs, like very 90s. If that's what this is. There's magnets on the bottom. You can use this to hold back the plastic cover of the area you're working on. So, and it's a cute little buddy. I would guess that the print on the washi tape and the style of cover minder varies. That's usually how that goes, but I can't say for 100% sure. So we have, this looks like one big sticker sheet. There is a better look at the original artwork. The artist is Crystal Cottage, which I believe they're a pixel artist, maybe from like the cross stitch side of things. I've got how to diamond paint. We've got their socials. I think this company is pretty big on TikTok, though admittedly I don't use TikTok. I follow them on Instagram and see them post a lot there, and then there's our website, of course, too. These are a set of pre-cut sticker labels. So we have, these are cut and ready to go. So when you go to kit up your diamond painting, you can do that quickly. We have the DMC code in the right-hand column that comes from the DMC brand of floss, like in cross stitch. Most diamond painting companies use this color code system. Looks like we have special drills here at the end. So AB, that's I'm sure going to be an AB. SJ, I am not sure what that one is. And then Z, I might have to go check the listing just to be sure what this company calls these. But we'll have lots of special drills, it looks like, in this one. And of course, we will go through and take a look at where these different special drills will be found, but we'll get to that in a bit. We get an inventory sheet as well. This is just a regular set of paper. It's not stickers. But if you wanted to check and see, I feel like this used to be more common and most companies don't do this as much anymore, but I've seen it with a few lately where it gives you an inventory. It's like you're going to need 131 of this color and here's how much they gave you. So they're giving you extra and they tell you what the amount is by weight. But there's that render again. Okay, so we'll look at the drills in a minute. Let's look at this canvas, get some first impressions. Now, this one I saw they have on the website. It now specifically is listed as being hand charted, and I don't know for certain that it is going to be an identical charting to this one. It might be slightly different, but I think that this artist originally came over as a pixel artist, and this looks... Well, I see maybe a little bit of confetti in some spots. I will try to double check and add a note to the description or in a pinned comment that tells you for sure if the render is going to be slightly different if you go to buy this kit yourself. But let's take a look at the features and stuff. So we have branding at the top of pressed and placed. The canvas material itself. Okay, so we've got this kind of short lint, soft lint backing. We have, I'd say that's a thin plastic cover, but very, very, very sticky glue. So yeah, sticky poured glue. And then we've got legend at the top left, as well as over at the bottom right. Actually, it just goes down the whole side of either side of the canvas, really. Then down here at the bottom left, sorry, tongue-tied there, we have the original artwork, the size, square drills, Sakura Girl is the title, Crystal Cottage is the artist's name. So this is legally licensed from the artist, which means Pressed and Placed has Crystal Cottage's permission to use this artwork and is compensating the artist as well. And then here we have their socials again, their TikTok, Instagram, and website, which I'll link to all those directly below. Let's look up close. I want to get a feeling for symbol clarity and confetti versus color blocking. I am seeing a good amount of color blocking. Color blocking is where you, like here, have a big chunk of the same color in a small area. So grab your multi-placer. This is going to go faster. It's also going to be in your tray for longer. So there's good chunks of color blocking in a lot of this kit. I am seeing some really clean lines like you could see here. But then there's occasionally some like more random or more... there's a little bit more differentiation with the different colors that are doing like this outline. And so that's what makes me wonder if this is originally, when they sent it to me, maybe technically a computer charted version of this one. But again, I will triple check and I will add a pinned comment or a note in the description box letting you know if this is the exact render that is currently available on the website or if they have slightly updated it. Because like I said, I checked the listing before this and now the listing says specifically hand charted when it comes to rendering type. Now, rendering charting, what that means is how the original artwork was translated into diamond painting form. And there's a couple of different styles, and Pressed and Placed has more recently, as in the past few weeks, started to transition over to offering more and more of their kits in a hand-charted version, which means that a human being is spending a lot more time working on the kit. That typically means you're going to have more clean lines, less, random pixels of colors. It typically means that you could see a lot of details both up close and further away. The nice thing is that they put right in the listing, right at the top, the charting style or the rendering style, and it'll either say hybrid or hand. Hand charted is the one that is going to have lots of clean lines, and I feel like this artwork lent itself to having a lot of color blocking and kind of a clean look to it. But I do think, like I said, that when they sent this to me, that it was just before they had started doing hand charting. So yeah, I know I'm a broken record. Because charting is something that matters so much to me and I want to know what I'm getting. I know that a lot of you feel similarly and I want to make sure you have all the information. So this looks good though. The symbol clarity is really nice. There is a lot of confetti up here in these cherry blossoms. So I will have to be ready for plenty of single placing. This is definitely going to take me a bit longer to get through those areas, but I think it's going to be well worth it. And like that look is really cute. I just don't know if it's going to be, I'm so curious if it's going to be quite this clean looking or if they took this, yeah, I don't know. I'm just speculating now. Okay, let's do a quick measurement. What was it, 45 by 60? Let's see. Okay, so we're a tick shy of 60. I give companies a centimeter or two of wiggle room, so I'm not worried about it. And that is almost 45, almost on the nose. So I'm gonna call that true to size. Let's now take a look at these diamonds. Let's see what we're working with. I love this color palette, pink and mint, pink and aqua. That is definitely right up my alley. All right, let's open this up. All right, so we'll start down here. Now, this one came with square drills. They do offer both round and square drill kits. Their square drills are resin and their round drills are acrylic. I really tend to only care about the material of the drills when it's squares because acrylic squares are a hot mess, usually. And so I really appreciate when companies like Preston Place just decide right out the gate, we're gonna do resin squares. I feel like that is definitely the right call. And I'm looking at these carefully in these bags. And of course it's hard to tell before you've actually put diamonds down on the canvas, but just looking at these in the bags, these look like really great quality of squares. I'm not seeing bits sticking off the sides of the diamonds. As far as I can tell, they look very consistent in terms of size and shape compared to one another. You sometimes get stragglers, that's whatever. And they do come in these resealable bags, which I'm not someone that typically works out of baggies, but for many, this is actually a really nice option. It's very travel friendly. There's no fussing with transferring these into storage containers. It's just ready to go. You can put those sticker labels straight on these bags and you're good to go. But I will probably take these and put these into storage containers. If you run into static, which is common with resin drills, particularly inside plastic bags like these, I recommend dryer sheets. I typically will have one big dryer sheet just laid in front of me and I'll pour the diamonds from the bag straight into that big dryer sheet, kind of sift it around a little bit and then pour it into a storage container or back into the bag. You can even cut up a dryer sheet into small squares and tuck them into the bags. That will also usually help. Now, the numbering on here, the 33, just for an example, that 33 is going to be the legend number, upside down here. So up here, we've got the number 33, and then 3708 is 3708, and then the 9.45, if we had the other sheet, that would be the weight, so kind of the amount of diamonds. So they're in DMC order and all that. Let me see. And then I think we're gonna get into some special drills. Let's see, not quite yet. I did check on the website just now, just before this, and it didn't specify what the different abbreviations stood for, so I'm just gonna take my best guess on this one, you guys. I hope that's okay. I would love to get into some of these special drills. Let me just go ahead and pull out all of these. Okay, so this is the end of the regular diamonds. This 3 big bags of this light color. My guess is that's gonna be in the background here. 3865. So yeah, some of these colors you'll have multiple bags of. That's, yeah, totally fine, totally normal. All right, let's talk special drills. So we've got an AB. Hold on. Go ahead and organize these a little bit. ABs, those look like crystals, and these look like glitter or dust. Okay, let's start with the ones that you're probably most familiar with, which is ABs. Now, AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These ones get their name from the Northern Lights and have a very sparkly iridescent coating on the top that is going to reflect kind of a variety of different colors. It's going to grab some of the colors of the drills around them and really draw your eye to the areas that they've been charted. So we've got this kind of off-white 762 AB. We have this orange 722 AB. We have this cherry red 606 AB with a straggler. And then it's kind of a peachy, like a light peach 225 AB. Now we will take a look together at where these different special drills go, but let's finish looking at the special drills first. Now these look like crystals. I'm guessing from the website, I think that they call these crystal prism diamonds, and so these ones, that mirror backing is what's going to go flat on the canvas and cover up the symbol and help with the reflectiveness of the crystal on top. These two colors are pretty similar to each other. Take a look out of the camera. This one's slightly darker red. This one's a tiny bit lighter red. So we have a 666 and a 321. And then we have this 317, which is more of like a pewter kind of color of crystal. I'm really curious to see where those crystals go. And then I think these are the ones that they call cosmic glitter. And these look like the kinds of diamonds on the market you see that, yeah, it looks like there's just a fine glitter coating on the top. You can really see it on this dark 154. And then we have two really similar, just slightly different. I'm looking in person. It is so subtle, but it's there. I don't know if you could tell through the camera. This one's maybe a tiny bit darker. So we have 223 and 152. Both kinds of dusty rose. Now, give me just a moment to check ahead of you. I'm going to find where these special drills go, and I will be right back. All right, let's see about this. That took me a bit, and I'm sure that I'm going to have missed some. So I'm going to do my best here. We'll see what we can do. Let's start with our crystal diamonds. So we had a couple of shades of red, and then we had this pewter color. Now, the couple of shades of red, the slightly darker one in particular is this particular line here, and then little batches of it down here. Though right next to it, I'm going to go ahead and mention the red AB because that comes into the mix next to these crystals a lot. This cherry red AB color. So like right here we have cherry red AB next to the darker red crystal diamond, and then we have both colors of crystal diamond in here. In like these little batches on the part of her outfit that are really bright is both colors of crystal. And then this line over here is more of the darker red crystal, and then a bit of the red AB in here. The handle of her parasol, whatever this is technically called, apologies, has mostly that darker red crystal throughout. And then when you get into these brighter lines of red, we have a mix of the red AB going into the darker red crystal, and then little bits of the other shade of red crystal kind of sprinkled in there too. Then we have both colors of red crystal in this right here, as well as this right here. And those are the main spots for those special drills. Now, the pewter colored crystal, which we only had this small bag of, this was a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit more randomly placed, and it is in a couple of kind of random spots in like the branches. So it's the letter H. So it's sprinkled in a few spots there. Couple of spots here. Yeah, just a couple of those dark areas. There's like a couple here, a couple there. Not there. Yeah, just a few spots there. There's one right there. Yeah, so that one's feels a little more random to me, to be honest with you. Now let's talk about I believe Cosmic Glitter is the name of them. So we had this really deep color, which this one I actually really like. It's the color in her eyes, the darker color right there. And then right next to it is the slightly lighter shade of Cosmic Glitter. You know that we had the two dusty rose colors that were almost the same color. So it's, let's see, 152. So these two are right next to each other and make up her eyes, which I think is really pretty. A little bit extra sparkle there. Now, for the rest of these two shades of Dusty Rose, I'm not going to try to really distinguish between them for where they're at, because it does feel like they're kind of, sort of almost interchangeable. But they're in, again, kind of more random spots to me, a little harder to kind of point and pick out, like that pewter colored crystal was. So like there's a couple of them in some of the darker pink colors, like down here in this outline. There were some sprinkled throughout these like medium toned pink colors. And here, there were, no, I'm not seeing it there. There were also, like, there's a couple just on the side of her hair right here. A couple right here on the side of her face. There's like 3 of them. There's one right here. And then they are admittedly in some of the like cherry blossoms in the background. It's going to be in some of the spots that we have. I've got a good example. So it's this teardrop symbol right above my finger. So there's that particular shade of pink, and then this like almost, this division symbol right here is the other one. So we have the division symbol and the teardrop symbol. Those are our 2 Dusty Rose glitter diamonds. So you could see they're harder to pick out. Like here's that division sign, there's the division sign and the teardrop. So I hope you understand that it's a little harder for me to point out exactly where those are going to be in every single spot in the background, because it's just kind of 1 or 2 here and there. This is a lot of confetti in this background. But hopefully that gives you sort of a general sense for that particular special drill. And then our other ABs. We have an orange AB, which the only spot I found this one was this orange shade right here. It's the only spot I found it. That doesn't mean it's not somewhere else, but it's the only spot that I was able to find it. We talked about the cherry red AB, and then last we have the off-white and the peach AB. Now, these also were a bit tricky for me to find. The symbols weren't really jumping out to my eye as much, but the off-white color, there's little sprinkles of it, so it almost looks like a mustache. And then the check mark is actually the peach AB. So those 2 AB colors, they're right here next to each other in that little cloud. Try to think. Oh, the check mark, that's the peachy AB. It's sprinkled in her hand. And let me see. More of that off-white AB in here. Just like a couple. There's an off-white AB, just one of them right here. And then there's some of the peachy AB kind of going in an outline around her hair right here. There's one of the peachy ABs right there. This was trickier for sure. You can see this is like that mustache looking symbol. That's our off-white AB. So there's a bit of it in here and kind of sprinkled through. It's not like the brightest white tones, but some of these slightly darker off-white colors. You can see it's kind of sprinkled through there. Some areas like this. And you can see some of the check marks sprinkled throughout as well. So this is the peachy AB, is this check mark right here. Check mark right there. So again, it's going to be kind of throughout this background, the peachy AB as well as the off-white AB. But yeah, it's a little harder to pick those out. But there's a variety of special drills sprinkled throughout there. All right, so my first impressions. I see a lot that I like. And honestly, the things that are jumping out at me, that if you're not new to my channel at all, it won't surprise you to hear, as someone that leans into more of the hand charted style of rendering, the things that jump out at me is like, oh, I'm not sure. I feel like this company has already sort of addressed, because they're releasing kits with hand charting now. So that said, this particular unboxing is sort of, I guess, done with that small caveat that when you're shopping on the website, this particular unboxing is a reflection, in my opinion, of one of their more hybrid charted kits. You're going to see more confetti in some areas, like I feel like we're seeing up here at the top. But they also do offer hand charted kits, including, if you were to go on the website now, it looks like this kit has been hand charted. And just as a reminder, if you skipped ahead, I will add a pinned comment or a note in the description box about if this is a slightly different render than what you would be getting today. I can still feel good about showing this to you, because I feel like I think that the majority of us tend to prefer hand charted kits. And so what you're going to be getting is only going to be better than this. If that's what you prefer, it's going to be more to your taste. but the materials should be the same. And so that's what I want to specifically talk about too. I like the materials, the canvas. I've worked on this canvas material before. It has never given me any trouble. The drills look excellent. I really like the quality of the drills from what I can tell in the bag. The glue is really sticky, which I love. The symbol clarity is there. And I feel like their customer service is really solid. So this is a brand new company, and it can be kind of a toss-up when you have a new company opening. What's the experience going to be like? I have to tell you, I've seen a few folks in the diamond painting community that have started working on these kits, even one that ran into a hiccup with the kit, and she contacted the owner, and the owner was super receptive and really quick to fix the issue. So to me, that speaks volumes, and I wanted to let you guys know that just from what I have seen from others in the community, including folks that are not creators, they're having positive experiences when they go to work on these kits, and when they have had to contact the shop with any hiccups that they've run into. And so I wanted to pass that along. Of course, it is secondhand, but it is from people that I believe and that I trust. So if you've worked on a kit from this company, of course, feel free to share your experience in the comments below as well. But yeah, for now, that's all I have to share about this company. Like I said, they are working on moving towards hand charting more of their kits. They also just launched a diamond painting subscription box where you get 3 hand charted kits. They tell you what the theme is going to be each month. And so you could check out the website for that. They also seem to be posting a lot of updates on their social media. So you could take a look at Instagram, or if you're on TikTok, I'm guessing she shares the same updates there to see what they're up to. New shops like this, it can be kind of quickly evolving and changing, but all of my impressions of the shop for the past couple months that I've been following them have been really positive so far, and I would love for you guys to check them out as well. I do have that 15% off code you can use. It's Katie15. Like I said, you guys know there's no pressure at all. I just want to offer some options for you to save a bit if you do decide to place an order. And I will be trying to work on a kit from them sooner rather than later, whether it is this exact kit or if I might try to see if I can buy one of their hand charted kits to try out. Either way, I would really love for you to get to see, I'm planning for you to get to see, I should say, one of these kits from the shop worked on and reviewed on my channel very soon. So do keep an eye out for that. Okay, you guys, let me know what your first impressions are as well. If you're not necessarily looking to shop right now, or if nothing caught your eye, I recommend following their socials because they're doing, I think, weekly new releases or at least weekly new hand-charted kits. And that could be a good way to stay up to date with what they're doing and doesn't cost anything. But I'll have all those linked below. Thank you guys for watching. I always love getting the chance to share a new shop with you guys and hope you enjoyed getting to take a look at this one. So subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my diamond painting videos. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. I do unboxings and reviews from a variety of different companies. I do diamond painting how-tos and tutorials, and I do weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting. Either way, though, thanks again for watching. I hope you're doing very well. Happy crafting, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.